You're on now. So
Okay.
You can take it away when you're ready, man. Talk about whatever you want.
I'm kind of curious to get your thoughts. I know this is kind of a strange, probably, conversation for 7:30 on a Saturday morning, but
No such thing.
no such thing.
Yeah.
So I noticed in myself, and this is kind of personal, so I'm surprised I'm willing to share, but anyways, I'll let you be the judge.
Hear it.
I think, like, for most, I'd say, like, ages, like, I don't know, anywhere from, like, 12 through 24, 25, 26, I kind of was just concerned with getting girls.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of my self-worth was kind of placed in whether or not I can get girls. And,
Right.
and you know, like, you saw me when I walked up to the car. I'm, like, a short guy. I've got long hair. Like, I don't know if it's considered, like, traditionally unattractive, but I'm seeing all these dating apps and, like, everyone's looking for, like, a dude over 6 feet tall and all these things. And it kind of, in a strange way, it kind of is, like, detrimental to my self-worth when self-worth is not supposed to be dependent on other things.
Yeah.
You know, it's supposed to be, like, intrinsic and based on how you feel about yourself.
I don't think that's a black and white thing.
What do you, okay, so what do you mean by that?
First off, I'm gonna hurt you real bad just because I want to right now. So, from what I've heard, like, the majority of girls will actually, like, put a filter on their dating app.
Oh, totally.
To filter for, like, 5'11" plus or something.
That's no
So you're not
surprise.
even being swiped left on.
I know.
You're not
dude.
even
I'm not
coming up.
I'm not in the deck.
You're just not in the deck.
I
exactly.
know, man. There's no secret.
But-
I've been around the block.
As for, like, self-worth and how it, like, if your self-worth should be dependent on what others think, I think some of it does.
Specifically the ability to get girls. Specifically. Not like...
Even then, like, I feel like it's not like girls, you know, the preferences to having guys is some obscure, like, nonsense thing, right? Like, it usually has some sort of, you know, grounding in logic, right?
Totally.
So, you know, you don't want to be a fat fuck if you're like...
Oh, yeah, if there's things you could do
for
about
any
it.
reason. Yeah, there's things you can do about it, right?
Yeah.
But if you're, like, going to sit down and be
5'4",
like...
dude. I'm not going to grow. I'm 5'4". What can I do
The
about
height
that?
thing is a problem. Yeah, that I don't know. Like, I could recommend surgery, but that's a
fuck
little
that.
extreme.
No way, dude.
Yeah, no, but like if you got that problem running for you, then I would suggest just, like, amplifying everything else, right?
Yeah, but then aren't you just constantly playing, like, a game of compensation?
Life is a game, bro.
No, but
The entire thing is a game.
But as in, a game of compensation, I think, is just inherently negative.
Compensating for what, though?
Well, you mentioned I'm 5'4", and therefore I should amplify maybe my positive. You know, if whatever I have going for me, I should amplify. But, I mean, at that point, you know, do you just end up, like, with a girl who's interested in you because of, like...
I gotta ask you a question. Though.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
is it, like, you said I spent 12 to 29 or whatever thinking only about girls, right? So the question is, do you still want to get a girl somewhere? Like,
Of course.
Assuming you do, right?
Of course, but I'm no longer... Like, last night I went to a restaurant and there was a cute waitress there.
Okay.
And she was a tall girl. Well, for me, she was a tall girl. She was about 5'8", which I don't know, might be average, a little over average. But I'm going for it, you know, because I'm no longer at the point where I've kind of reached a stage. It's only happened kind of recently, maybe in past 2-3 years.
He doesn't even live here, just so you know what a player he is.
No, dude, I was in for a freaking work conference. I'm not playing. But so the point is like, I'm no longer dependent on, I don't care if I get turned down by this girl. I don't care if it's because I'm short or if it's because there's another factor. I'm never going to be able to control all of the variables.
Yeah.
All I could kind of do is just be genuine, be my authentic self. And
Shoot your shot.
put myself out there. Exactly.
Like, the only thing that can really go wrong is that, like, your self-confidence gets eroded over time, right? And if that's something you can, like, that's actually something you could practice and get over, right? Like,
and so that's what I kind of wanted to mention is actually I've noticed the opposite, which is initially, yes, the self-confidence erodes.
then eventually, like, fuck it, right?
Exactly. And now I just really couldn't give a fuck. I went back to the same restaurant the night after where the girl told me she's not interested. And the other waitress was kind of cute too. Tried again, got her number, but obviously didn't, like, work out because I'm flying out. But, like, doesn't matter.
But next time you're in town, you're good to go.
The point was more just to, like, be there in the moment. She's cute. I'd like to say
So
hi.
you're, like, testing your abilities to pick up girls? Is that what you're saying?
It's more it's more like you said. It's just like kind of shooting your shot and seeing what happens. Like, it was 8 p.m. I was supposed to fly out like earlier this morning, so I had no intentions.
You've heard the expression, like, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Asking a girl isn't gonna kill you.
Totally, and that's what I'm
if
getting
her boyfriend's not sitting next to her.
And even then, you can just apologize. You know,
maybe
you're a lucky man. Walk away. You know, hopefully, fucking.
If you're a lucky man,
maybe you'll walk away unscathed. But yeah, so what you're saying is correct. Kind of like, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. At the beginning, it definitely takes some getting used to, this whole like aspect of rejection. But I think at a certain point, it does actually build maybe self-confidence and self-worth.
Okay, but going back to the topic of like compensation, though, right?
Yeah.
So the short thing, obviously, I gotta plug in a video that hasn't been posted yet, but it will be soon. We've talked about this short topic before.
Sure.
I'm not sure what it is. But it's got to factor in somewhere into their thinking. Maybe they want tall kids. Maybe that's like the evolutionary basis.
Yeah, there's like a
it.
survival thing behind it.
Maybe that's it, because it actually makes sense, right? You would want taller kids who are more capable of taking care of themselves or something. I don't know.
It makes sense in like
more likely to have NBA children.
Well, but it makes sense in the context of like survival. But we're no longer really in that paradigm.
If there was a chance that your kids could get into the NBA, would you prefer to have that or not have that?
Listen, man, if there's a girl I'm not asking girls that could potentially bag LeBron James. You understand?
Right.
Like, we're not playing in the same league.
Why not?
Well, what do you mean, dude?
No, but the point being, like, I don't think the evolutionary concept is completely erased now.
It can't be erased.
Height is like,
it cannot be erased. It's hardwired. That's why girls are setting these filters. Yeah, but I don't think
the reasoning for it is gone as well. I think the reasoning still stays to a certain extent. Maybe it's not the same caveman type of shit, but like there's still, areas where it factors in.
I'm going to respectfully disagree. Just so I think you're correct in the sense that if a girl could choose between me and LeBron James, she's going to go for LeBron James. However, the idea is that I think this is actually a kind of a slight issue with like the dating culture currently, or like the dating apps in general, is there's this idea of unlimited opportunity, which is just not reality.
Sure, but here's the thing, like if you're realizing that this like short thing is becoming a problem for you in the dating atmosphere, right? Mm-hmm. Think of it in terms of you want your offspring to succeed, right?
Sure.
And a major portion of your offspring succeeding is your offspring having children.
Absolutely.
So if some girl is thinking about having kids with you, she would not want to have kids that also have problems on dating apps.
But
right?
let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely, your premise is correct, but the thought process behind what constitutes a successful individual, like the ability to provide for someone,
it's not height.
It's no longer height.
Obviously not.
Well, it's not. It wasn't always like this, dude. 100 years ago, if you were a jacked farmer, like that was a good thing.
Right, but height is just one factor, right? We're not saying it's one. Even in the caveman days, not the tallest guy wouldn't get all the girls. That's not. I don't think that's how it worked, right?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
I would be pretty sure that's not how it works, right? Yeah. So if it's just one factor, we're saying if you're lacking on that one factor by a significant amount, you gotta try to boost everything else. Whether it's like you make a lot of money, you're super jacked,
something. You
have some sort of skill, you play the piano, I don't know what it is, but you gotta make yourself marketable, right? Because at the same time, it's like you're saying, why are you compensating for the girls? Why would the girl compensate for you? It's like if she can find a guy that has all the qualities you have, but is also a foot taller,
she's gonna go for it.
It's like a win, right? Why wouldn't you?
No, you're absolutely correct.
So
I think just to wrap it up, because this was actually I liked having this conversation.
Yeah.
I think like the only thing that continues to not bother me, but is if a girl is sending her, I don't even want to see the dudes that are below 5'11". You're actually ruling out based on kind of like an instinct that's no longer, like if there was a salary filter on these apps, I bet you that would be, I bet you they'd get rid of that height requirement. I bet you they would they don't give a fuck if he's making $1 million a year. Dude, you could be 5'2".
The filters obviously changed from app to app, right?
But you see what I'm getting at.
I get what you're getting at.
You see what I'm getting at. It's like the height thing feels like a residual thing that is still being considered when it maybe potentially shouldn't have it. I'm not trying to advocate for myself on your YouTube channel.
No, I know.
Ladies.
Okay, so
come on.
I don't want to tell you to be like lying, but just to like test it, right? You have a general like statistics behind how often you get swiped on. Right? So what if you like upped your height 4 inches and see how like that would change?
That's interesting. Honestly, I don't really.
Right,
and if as an experiment, it's a good idea.
If you start talking to somebody and you like them, right, and be like, by the way, this was part of an experiment. I was just trying to fuck with you, but you're actually nice. That actually might work for you, right?
I don't think I think
You
I would
you
try
can plug
it,
yourself
just
in case there's any girls out there that like short guys or whatever.
Yo, hit me up on my Instagram.
Oh my god, dude. Slide in his DMs, girls.
This was a pleasure, man. We gotta turn these off. I gotta finish a transaction with you.
Alright.